What's going on, everyone? It's Alex Goddard back again with another Premier League catch-up show where I'm going to be recapping on all of the Premier League action that happened this week. So let's start off with the biggest news I have to talk about right now, and that is Alexis Sanchez has signed for Manchester United. He is finally a Manchester United player. Thanks Arsenal for giving us Sanchez. It's such a great pleasure. Because the thing is, you've done that in the past with Robin Van Persie, and now with Alexis Sanchez. It's basically like Robin Van Persie Part 2. What could be next? Robin Van Persie Part 3. When you send Mesut Ozil over to United. Cheers Arsenal, we really appreciate your hospitality. Sending all of your brilliant players over to Manchester United because your players cannot be asked with the amount of stress you're being putting them through. It's unbelievable. To be fair, Arsenal, they are a good side, but with the players that they have, right now, Mesut Ozil is the only quality player that I can see in their squad. Oh, and Lacazette, but those are the only quality players I can see in that side. Oh wait, I forgot Jack Wilshere as well. So basically, there are only 3 players in your side that are really high quality. But that's it really. As you just sold off Alexis Sanchez, you're now getting Henrik Mkhitaryan, who I have to say is another great quality player because he will definitely bring something to your side that your side doesn't have at the moment. Your side just lacks creativity, and Henrik Mkhitaryan is such a creative player and he will definitely create those chances for you. And I have to say that Henrik Mkhitaryan for Manchester United, he's been brilliant over last season. Without Henrik Mkhitaryan, we wouldn't have got Champions League football with all of those important goals throughout the Europa League campaign last season, and Henrik Mkhitaryan won the winning goal of the Europa League final, giving us Champions League football. So what can I say? I'm not going to forget Henrik Mkhitaryan as probably a pointless player, because I'm not going to say that. He's a really high quality player, and I will never forget that amazing scorpion kick he did on Boxing Day in 2016. That was mental. That was insane from Henrik Mkhitaryan. He's a quality player. He's a skillful player. He would definitely create those chances for you, Arsenal. But all I have to say is thanks very much for Henrik Mkhitaryan for all of those Manchester United memories, and good luck at Arsenal. But for Arsenal fans, thank you very much for sending us Alexis Sanchez, because right now I have a feeling that Alexis Sanchez is definitely going to improve our side a lot. But also I feel sorry for Manchester City, because they thought that they were actually going to get Alexis Sanchez in the summer, but that didn't happen, so they had to wait until January. And basically, in January, they didn't want Sanchez anymore. They just didn't accept him anymore. And then Sanchez was just given to us like a gift. I'm so happy. But thank you very much, Arsenal, for your generous hospitality. I'm just laughing now at City fans now, because the thing is, they would have had Sanchez. But the thing is, why did they even need Sanchez? Because they've got so many quality players in their squad already. Why did they even need to improve their squad with Alexis Sanchez? All I have to say is that I'm incredibly excited for Alexis Sanchez at Manchester United. I definitely hope he brings something to the Manchester United squad, and I hope that with this signing, hopefully we can go all the way, maybe to the Champions League final, who knows, or possibly this could actually be a big massive improvement for next season. So let's just hope that this season will bring some development and hopefully improve Alexis Sanchez for next season. Let's hope that would happen. And so let's get into the matches, starting off with my team, Manchester United, winning 1-0 against Burnley. Now the thing is, Burnley is an incredible team, I have to say that, and coming to their home, Turf Moor, and winning just by 1-0 is very good, because Burnley are a sturdy and strong side, and getting at least 1 goal against them is quite difficult. I mean, we struggled in the first half, not even getting a single shot on target. That's embarrassing for us. But I think that's why, Alexis Sanchez will be brought into the situation. He will definitely create more of those brilliant chances for us to hopefully get some goals. And that's the thing why we are lacking in the pace and the determination to get goals against sturdy teams like Burnley. And I think that the goal by Anthony Martial, that's possibly one of the best goals I've seen from Anthony Martial. He is just on fire right now in January. He scored against Everton, he scored against Stoke, and now he scored against Burnley. Could he score against Spurs next Wednesday? Oh, I hope so. He would definitely be my player of the month, Anthony Martial. He's definitely so far a brilliant player in this season. Now let's move on to Manchester City and Newcastle United. And I have to say that the same old story goes for Manchester City. They keep on winning, and I just thought, after their loss to Liverpool last weekend, were they going to lose again to Newcastle United? No, of course not, because Newcastle United, like the Trudeau say, they are shit. And you know what? The thing is, they are shit, but at least they got one goal against Manchester City, which means that David De Gea has more clean sheets than Ederson does. So at least that's something. Thank you, Newcastle, for scoring against Ederson. Nice job. And you never know, that goal could be really, really crucial for Newcastle United during the season, because I think what they are missing is important goals for the season. Because I know for most of the time they keep on drawing to weaker sides, but when they come against strong sides like Manchester City or Manchester United, I think it's really important for them to get at least a draw, so therefore they won't get relegated this season. But I think Manchester City were overall fantastic, just from Aguero's a brilliant hat-trick, scored one goal, then second half got a penalty, scored that, and then suddenly scored another one. Aguero hat-trick, thumbs up for you. Let's move on to the next match, and that is going to be Arsenal and Crystal Palace. And now I have to say, without Alexis Sanchez in the squad, do Arsenal do better without Alexis Sanchez in the squad? I think they do, because with no Alexis Sanchez in the squad, they got 4 goals past Crystal Palace within 20 minutes. Wow. That is just a massive, massive improvement. And Arsenal fans are like, Alexis who? Who needs Sanchez? Yeah, who needs him? Thank you for sending him over to Manchester United, because from that performance, you just showed that you don't need Alexis Sanchez to win matches. You can win them by your own. And I thought Jack Wilshere and Mesut Ozil was brilliant in that game, as well as with Monreal creating most of the assists, and he scored one himself in the third minute. So I thought that was really good for Arsenal. And then, unfortunately, Czech wanted to get his 200th clean sheet in the Premier League, but unfortunately Crystal Palace scored in like the 70th minute, giving Crystal Palace just one goal against Arsenal. But at least that is a really, really big, massive win for Arsenal, because now they showed that everyone knows that they don't need Sanchez to win matches. And I think that's just proves something. They can win matches without Alexis Sanchez. Now let's move on to Brighton and Chelsea. Now I have to say that Brighton, they are doing not so well in the Premier League at the moment. They need to go onto a good form, because I know they've got some matches where they're like against Southampton, and then they're against I can't really remember who they're against next, but I have a feeling that Brighton are going to be one of those teams that kind of dips a little, but then they're going to go back in form again. So it's another one of those teams that kind of dips in form and then goes back to their winning ways. And I think Brighton made it easy for Chelsea to get 4 goals past them. I think Brighton were like, after 3 minutes, have a goal. Hey Chelsea, after 6 minutes, have another goal. Hey Chelsea, after 7 minutes, have another goal, etc, etc. And basically, Brighton suffered 4-0 against Chelsea. Because the thing is, Chelsea are on fire at the moment. I think from their drawless drought that they had in January, draws against Chelsea and Leicester and Norwich all throughout the season, they finally got a win against Brighton. As I think Brighton were really good in that match. I think a few decisions went against their way, but overall I think Eden Hazard is proving to be Chelsea's best player in the season so far. He's been absolutely amazing, and I think that Willian is also a really good player, and also his goal was absolutely amazing. It was 1-2 passing from heel flicks from Hazard and Batshuayi, giving Willian an amazing, brilliant goal. I think that's possibly one of the best teamwork goals I've ever seen for Chelsea in the entire season. That's absolutely an amazing goal by Willian. So let's move on to another match, which I have to say was a very interesting game, and that was Swansea versus Liverpool. Now, after the amazing win that Liverpool had against Manchester City last weekend, you would expect them to beat Swansea 4-0. But what happened this week? Liverpool lost. Liverpool lost to the worst team in the Premier League this season, who are currently 20th in the Premier League table. Swansea City won 1-0 against Liverpool, who beat Manchester City a week ago. Wow. that just sums up why Liverpool are such a crazed team. Because one week they beat Manchester City, the league leaders, and they go on this rant like, oh, we just beat the best team in the Premier League so far this season, and we are known as the streak breakers for breaking Manchester City's unbeaten streak. And then all of the fame and glory went to their heads, and then they lost against Swansea, 1-0 with all that firepower from Firmino, Sane, Oxlade-Chamberlain and Mo Salah. From all that firepower, just was oblivious in this match, and Swansea definitely deserved this victory because they definitely need it if they want to survive this season. But my word, I think all the glory and fame just went to Liverpool's head, and then they completely forgot about concentrating on matches. And Virgil van Dijk was introduced in the squad for the very first time in the Premier League, and they still lost to Swansea. How? I'm trying to figure out how, because when Liverpool defeated Manchester City, they didn't have Virgil van Dijk. So, I'm trying to think now, what's the reason that Liverpool lost? Was it because of Virgil van Dijk being in the squad? Who knows? But anyway, I think Swansea definitely deserved that win against Liverpool, and it puts down them on hold. If they want to catch up to United, Liverpool, they're kind of stuck for the moment because you failed to beat Swansea. You beat the league leaders one time, but you failed to beat the team who are at the bottom of the table. Unbelievable. It's a joke. It's absolutely a joke. And then all throughout this weekend we got a few draws, such as Southampton versus Spurs, which ended our 1-1 draw. And I have to say that I thought Spurs were actually going to win the thing, but Southampton did really, really well defensively, and they got a really valuable point out of it from a Sanchez own goal by Tottenham. And then suddenly, obviously, Harry Kane scored to get the equalising goal, and then the second half was just boring. I think Southampton defended a lot, and I know Tottenham had so many chances, but Southampton defended so well to get the valuable points against Tottenham. Another draw was West Brom and Everton, and I have to say that West Brom were more likely the better team to win the entire game, but then Everton suffered a player injury, and I think it was Rondon who actually caused the injury. He didn't do it on purpose, it was just completely by accident. I think James McCarthy stuck his leg out, and then suddenly Rondon kind of whacked his foot to the ball against his leg, and it kind of cracked or kind of broke his leg in half. Not in half, but it kind of broke in a different shape, and it looked really, really painful. And that's why the BBC just didn't want to show it, because it looked absolutely painful. And I know that Solomon Rondon was just crying near the side, like he actually heard what was going on. He actually heard the crack in his knee, and he broken down into tears, thinking that it might have hurt him really, really badly. So I actually feel for Solomon Rondon, because I felt that he was probably the man of the match. Had some amazing chances to get the winner for West Brom. Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate that Everton kind of suffered that player McCarthy from his broken leg. I hope he gets better soon. I really do. I do feel for him, because that's a terrible injury that they had. And then Stoke won their first game with their new manager Paul Lambert. I know goals from Joel Allen and then Doof, I think his name's called. But yeah, Stoke won their first game with their new manager. And I feel for about time too, because Stoke fans were hoping for another victory soon at the Bet5-6 Stadium, and they were hoping for some change to happen very, very quickly, and I think that definitely happened this weekend. Another game which also happened in a draw was West Ham United and Bournemouth. Bournemouth scored firstly in the 70th minute, and then suddenly 10 seconds after, West Ham scored, and then it ended 1-1. So again, another boring game, but still 1-1 is still right for both teams. And then Leicester scored 2 goals against Watford, giving them the 3 points. And then suddenly, after a few days ago, Watford sacked Marco Silva after 6 months ago signing him, and then got in a brand new one. So what can I say? I don't know. I mean, is the Premier League going to cope with all of these manager sackings and all of these managers being rehired and all that? It's a bonkers season, I know it is, but so many jobs are on the line for every single manager, and I feel like that some managers are going to lose their job, but I feel like this season has been the biggest season for all of the manager sackings and managing rehiring. So there's just so much debate about, was sacking Marco Silva the right decision or was it the wrong decision? I thought it was the wrong decision because he was doing so well for Watford, but how Watford going to cope with now with a new manager. We'll have to find out next week. But I think that's been all of the games from today. I'm just going to double check if I've said all of the teams. Yeah, it looks like that's been all of the games from this weekend's games. Thank you so much for watching for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please smash the like button down below. And remember to please subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Until then, guys, take care of yourselves. Goodbye.